So in this question, the first thing you've got to decide is what variables you're going to use, x and y. I'm going to call x this part and y this part, because she had $1,800 and she invested part at 3.5% and part at 4.5%. But from that first part, we know that x plus y has to equal 1,800. Now, she gets 3.5% interest. So the first thing you have to ask yourself is, do you know how to calculate percentages? And if someone said 3.5% of something, how do we figure that out? Well, by multiplying it. So if this x, this part, gained 3.5%, the amount of money you would make would be 0.035 times by whatever that x is. That's how much interest you would make from that part. And the other part, you would get decimal 0.045, because it's 4.5% interest, times y. And those two interests together equals $73. So we read the question and have to figure it out. Now, the question I have is, why didn't she invest all of her money at the higher interest rate? Maybe there was a special on at the bank that you could only invest a certain amount at the 4.5. They have a special on right now. Invest up to $500 at 4.5% interest. Sometimes banks have those kind of things. But otherwise, I would tell her, if there's a higher interest rate, invest all of your money at the higher one rather than the lower one. Or maybe it was a surprise. You don't know the interest rate till the end of the year. Oh. No, I don't think they'd be allowed to do that. Which variable do you want to get by itself? You guys like getting y by itself. So if I move the x over, I'd get negative x plus 1,800. Or you could have 1,800 minus x. I just wrote it that way because that's more like y equals mx plus b. This is our equation 1. This is our equation 2. Since we got a variable by itself in equation 1, we substitute that into equation 2. So here's my equation 2. But instead of y, I now write negative x plus 1,800 equals 73. We're going to have to distribute 0.035 x plus 0.45 times the negative x minus 0.045 x. And 0.045 times 1,800? $81. These are like terms. 0.035 minus 0.045 is negative 0.01. X equals, and when you bring the 81 over, negative 8. Negative 8 divided by 0.01 is 800. X is equal to 800. Well, if they have to add up, I'd probably substitute into the original first one. 800 plus y has to equal 1,800. So y is equal to 1,000. And our solution is 800, 1,000.